You want another question? You came to the right place. Today's question is from John chapter 7, verse 23, where Jesus asked them, "Why are you angry with me for healing the whole man on the Sabbath?" Now, the Jews were angry with Jesus. They were angry with him a lot. But in this case, they were angry because he violated one of their traditions that they had thought was from God's law. Do you have any traditions that cause you to ignore God's law? Do you not give even though you know it's God's will to be generous? Do you avoid assembling with God's people even though you know God requires it? Now let's look for a moment in Mark chapter 7. And I recommend reading verses 1 through 23, but we'll just pick out a few of the verses. The Pharisees and some of the teachers of the law who had come from Jerusalem gathered around Jesus and saw some of his disciples eating food with hands that were defiled, that is, unwashed. Now the Pharisees and all the Jews do not eat unless they give their hands a ceremonial washing, holding to the tradition of the elders. When they come from the marketplace, they do not eat unless they wash, and they observe many other traditions, such as the washing of cups, pitchers, and kettles. Now, Jesus took them to task over this because they believed their tradition was more important than anything else. Now, I always like this story because they look at it and think they could have asked Jesus anything, any Bible question, any question about creation, asked him for any miracle, and they wanted to know why he didn't wash his hands. Does that make sense? Well, it does if you understand their mindset. So I encourage you, read Mark 7, verses 1 through 23, and ask God to show you if you are guilty of doing what Jesus described in that particular passage. That's it for today. Come on back tomorrow for another question from God's Word.